Alright, first deck of the day, a Draven Fiora midrange deck. So this deck came about because I wanted to see how well Fiora paired with Whirling Death, a card that we've played in a deck yesterday, Overwhelm Aggro. Synergizes really well in a deck like that because it lets you push damage with your Overwhelm units, but also notably works very well with characters that care about striking their enemies. And in particular Fiora, who wants to strike and kill her enemies to level her up and then eventually win the game through her alternate win condition. And why I thought Whirling Death might be a worthwhile pairing with a card like this is because, you know, one of the key cards that you use with Fiora in order to get those kills is single combat. But the downside with single combat being that the enemy strikes her back. So you run the risk of losing your Fiora as a result of that. But because Fiora is a challenger unit, you can force units into combat. Something like Whirling Death means we can strike and kill them without taking damage back ourselves, keeping her life total high and making it more likely to see her survive to meet her win condition and ultimately win the game that way. So with that idea in mind, kind of built around that, with Fiora is this kind of the standard cards you'd see in a, I guess, Fiora mid-range deck. You got things like Bright Steel Protector, which also pairs very well with our Fleet Feather Tracker and other challenger units to control the board. Put some House Spiders in here to gum up the board, you know, provide blockers against aggro decks. We've got things like Sharp Sight, Single Combat, Riposte, Concerting Strike, all these things that can either help keep our Fioras alive or strike enemies down with her in hopes to, again, level her and win the game. Other cards we have in this deck, we got Laurent Bladekeeper here to pump up our dudes. This can be very good on our challenger units, but also not bad against our, you know, Draven quick attack unit here to push damage. We got Screeching Dragons, of course. More challenger units to control the board, also gets bigger as it eats units. We have this one of Captain Pharaon at the top end here because outside of Fiora, this deck is just kind of able to go on a kind of a beatdown plan, and Captain Pharaon can give us that last bit of damage we need to close out games, you know, in the traditional way by actually going for the enemy nexus. I got this one of Confront in here as well because I figured Confront with a quick attack unit like Draven could be kind of fun. I'm not sure if it's right, but it seems like it'd be interesting thing to explore, so that's why that's in there. But yeah, so with that out of the way, let's just jump into some games and see how we do. This is not a deck I've played a ton of since building it, but I've played it here and there on like the normal queue, and it's seen some success, so thought I'd get it going today and see how we do. Oh, give me one moment here, guys. So they are likely the Endure aggro deck, so I think we want to kind of... Fiora can be pretty good in a matchup like this because they gum up the board with a lot of 1/1 bodies that we can eat and take advantage of that way, so maybe I'm just mulliganing everything looking for Fiora, but outside of her, just like a decent curve of units that we can like get aggressive with ourselves, perhaps.
Stop! I've gotta get out of here!
I'll play the House Spider here. Yeah, we'll definitely swing with the 2/2. I'll keep the 1/1 around as a blocker.
Oh yes! She knows I'll miss it!
Coincidentally, a friend of mine just told me that he downloaded the game. I'm just telling him, okay, cool, we'll play later. Fun stuff. Do I want to just gain 4 with this 1/1? Probably. This 2/2 can block it later. Could also get greedy and like try to get extra value off of this 2/2 by blocking here first, but I don't think that's where we want to be. Okay, that's kind of nice. We can go Fleet Feather Tracker into Bright Steel Protector and kill their 4-2.
My shield is yours.
This gets Challenger when you play another unit, and this gives another unit Barrier, so that's pretty good. I think we'll just attack here, actually, with everything. They could block with their 1/1s, but
Just leave me alone.
we gotta push. We gotta get through them eventually. Interesting that they opted to block our 2/1 instead of our 3/2. So do they have a plan for this? Like removal or something? So we're a bit of ways into our deck now, and we haven't. Okay, that's their plan. Gotcha. So do we try to? What do we do here? We could play this guy and hold up a couple single combats. Do we want to like try to pump our challenger unit up, be out of range of these 2/1s? That might be something we're into. Pump this up doesn't really do much in the face of these challengers that they have on their board. That's fine. We'll do something like this.
Guru follows.
Oh, please.
Press on.
Confine and contain.
That's a Bright Steel Protector.
Got your back.
Run back the same play we did last round with our challenger unit. I think I like pumping this guy up just so we have decent attacks into their 1/1 this round.
Search then. Contain magic.
I think I'll go ahead and do this so I can get value off of the barrier. Really? Well, we're dead. I was thinking maybe our units were big enough to deal with a they who endure if he had one. I wasn't expecting them to have that. Nope, would not have been that. Yeah. Like we said at the start of that match, we really wanted the Fioras to like actually punish them for playing a lot of those early blockers that they play to gum up the board and get those Deathcry triggers. That's a decent curve. See if it's good enough to run down the Trundle control deck. We're going first, so we're likely to get 2 damage from this. I think I'll just bank the spell mana this turn though, rather than play the Bright Steel Protector. Barrier's not like super relevant, I guess, in this matchup, but I don't know. It can save a key threat, I guess, against like Trundle if he wants to. Okay. Now the question is, on our next turn, are we going to do Draven or Fiora? Fiora really wants to eat that 1/1, but then she's vulnerable to an avalanche, whereas Draven just can start pushing damage. Hello, Samurai Mifune. How are you? Like, the chances of us winning with Fiora in this matchup, I think, are kind of slim, but maybe not. Depends. They have a lot of ways to disrupt what she's doing. In addition to, like, sweepers to cause, like, the damage to kill her, they have things like Troll Chant to stop her from doing her thing.
It's Draven time.
I think we'll start with Draven and see where we go from there. They know we are a Fiora deck too, right? So.
Watch and learn.
Opponent just keeping their life total high. Next turn we might go Laurent Bladekeeper on our Draven. Depends on what they play though. Screeching Dragon is not bad.
Ancient things trapped in the ice.
Trundle's a 4 power guy, right? So this probably drew them. Well, I don't know what they could have. A lot of things. Hearthguard, maybe. Alright, let's do this.
Strength and grace, beauty in the blade.
So now the question, do we just attack or do we play out the dragon first? I think I want to play out the dragon first, try to eat this 3/3. We have single combat up if we need to do, you know, something with it. Wins, okay. Tough but fair. I could spinning axe this guy and then single combat to finish this off, but then he has enough stuff to like play something like Troll Chant or whatnot, so I think we're just gonna leave it be for now. Harsh Winds, appropriately named. It's a very harsh card.
Nothing escapes my watch. Nothing escapes my watch.
Probably another challenger. They could have. Do we want to play Fiora here?
This
think
one
so.
shows promise.
Uncle, it is good to see you.
Let's go with this. Withering Whale, okay. Do I want to like strike this with this? That gets this guy up to a 5/2. And then we have pretty good open attacks next turn.
You hoping they'll die of boredom?
Or should I save this for a bigger target? That's a really great draw because now I can survive against damage-based spot removal. They could have Grasp, whatever that card's called, something Grasp. Deal 3, gain 3 for 5. So that stops that. Maybe I'm supposed to use some of these spinning axes proactively though, probably on Draven. But the thing is, he could have Vengeance, and I prefer to not die to that. Sure.
Lost?
I think I'm just passing. Yeah, I was a little afraid of that. I was debating playing one of these to protect this, because now I have to use this. I think it's worthwhile. Just use my mana, protect my big dragon. Ooh, that's kind of nice. This is, I guess that was bad in that, now if he has Ice Quake, but I guess if he has Ice Quake, we have a lot of stuff to just play out and have really good open attacks. Next turn, do like 3, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We can't play all of that though. 3, whatever. But then we can bury our stuff. I don't know. See what they do.
If they're out there, I'll spot them.
For the honor of my house. Tall as a mountain and covered in ice.
Strength in grace, beauty in the blade.
Okay, in that case, we'll single combat the spider with Fiora, I think.
This will be quick.
Do I barrier Fiora? Or am I supposed to open attacks here? I don't know if we can win on open attacks anyway. Like, can we beat like a Ice Quake here anyway?
You're covered.
We just gotta try to go wide and see if it's good enough. Oh, I probably should have started with this. I guess we don't have enough board space though to do this, and this. Okay, now I do it because can I get around them? I would have 3 challenger units and then 2 3/2s, or because I'll replace this with the other thing. So we challenge them all the way. Then we would do 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, and then we have this.
What are you waiting for?
So that should be game. I mean, I don't have to give it to that. Could be you.
Got your back.
2. Cool.
They will no match.
What are they up to? Yasuo Swain, huh? Hmm. I think I like the Blade Keeper to get our stuff. Strike is kind of nice though, because even when our stuff is stunned, they can strike back. See if they have a turn 1 play. Block this. Nope. With that, I think I actually just play it out.
Got your back. My shield is yours.
They could play the spider here to like stun this.
Honor guide me.
I'm expecting this to get Ravenous Flocked.
Don't let the fluffy tails fool you.
Get hit by Ravenous Flock, we'll see.
Is a leaf's only purpose to fall?
Break their spirits and their swords.
I think we're gonna try to eat the Yasuo with this, with Lauren Bladekeeper. It's probably not gonna work though, right? Because they got so much stun. They got the stun. They got the stun power. So is the Blade Keeper or just the dragon? I guess it's just the dragon. I forgot about that card.
I dare you. Now who's got the upper hand?
Forgot that card was a thing. Not sure we can really beat that card with the hand we had anyway. Like, what was our plan there? We needed to have like single combat to be able to get the Yasuo before all that stuff went down. Guess I like this. You're a little late, Fleet Feather Tracker. I think we'll just play out the 2 bodies then. attack with both of these. I don't care if they want to trade the 2-1 for the 2-2. It's fine with me. It could get a more important unit later. Touche, I guess. I think I'm fine with that though. Let's have them see what they do.
There's a chill in the air. This is mercy.
What are the chances of them having, like... Hey, what's it called? Ranger's Resolve? This would still die, this would not, but or I could just do this and then challenge them and try to do the same thing. I think I'd rather save my dude though, because we have barrier to get more value off of it next round. I think that's the plan.
Got your back.
Try to eat the Lucian with our challenger unit here while holding up Whirling Death. I think that's fine.
Protect and strike.
Sure, so now we just go like this. So our bird strikes him, he loses the barrier, then boom, our bird stays alive. Now I might pump up the bird. Turn it into a 4-3 with this Blade Keeper.
Virtue guides me.
For the honor of my house.
Strike for justice.
You're covered.
Now we'll try to take out their 4-4. We have a bunch of, you know, combat tricks here to get around another unit that they might play. They could have another one of these in hand, which would be annoying. Because once we take it out, then it becomes a 4-5 lifesteal tough, so that's, you know, gonna be tough to get through.
My strength is yours.
Okay, well I guess we take that out then.
My steel is yours.
Stay back.
I'm sorry.
So we have a board, but they have more cards than we do.
It's Draven time.
Right on.
Am I trying to take this out with a bird? With the bird? I don't think so. Because we have them dead to open attacks next turn. So in this case, I could have them trade, and again they're dead to open attacks. I lose a lot of my stuff, though.
You hoping they'll die of boredom?
What else would I rather do? I could pump up the bird and have them trade. The bird was gonna challenge her anyway to get her out of the way, so I think this is fine.
Honor guide me.
Damn, I'm good.
Yeah, so we haven't really gotten to do the thing with Fiora yet, but deck showing that it has a pretty good beatdown plan. We have a lot of ways to like trade favorably in combat against other like aggressive or mid-range decks due to our like various barrier and removal spells combined with the challenger units that we have. They're a championless Bilgewater Shadow Isles. Okay, cool. I think I like that. Do I want to have the Screeching Dragon in hand for later? Is this 2-1 probably not good in this deck? They're probably I could easily see them being a go hard deck, which means this Fleet Feather Tracker might not be good, but maybe a 1-drop is fine anyway. Nah. No, I think we're not attacking on one, so I think it's fine. Maybe get rid of it. So I guess our turn 3, the plan is Fiora, and then on the next turn when we're attacking, we're gonna Brightsteel Protector, eat something. Eventually we can like make her bigger with Blade Keeper.
I long for a worthy opponent. You're covered. Let them eat souls. Protect and strike. On guard.
They could have a way to deal 1 damage, sure. I think it's fine to try though. We have a backup Fiora in hand.
Everything I've worked for.
I think we're just gonna start dropping dragons though. Probably go dragon. Drop another dragon next turn, start eating their stuff.
Returned with interest.
That's annoying. That's very annoying. That was a really lucky hit by them. Ooh, that's kind of nice though.
one life in exchange.
That's not as big of a deal.
You will be scoured from this land! Hope burns on.
We're gonna pass here. He could have Vengeance to kill one of our big boys, so I don't want to like pump one up just to get it like killed.
You weren't always this way.
Fiora might be okay here, though. Eh.
Always 2 steps ahead.
That's a single combat, okay.
The finest blades for my lady.
I need only one to win.
Get bloody, get paid.
Wonder if they have a Vengeance. Probably want to be a little conservative.
I never hold back. Try me.
Against the Laurent? Ha!
Son of a...
No place for the kind.
The finest blades for my lady.
I need only one to win. Sharp blade, sharp mind.
Keep our life total a little bit high here.
I have no equal.
Sure. That's pretty good because it means we can't just get a free kill on the Fiora.
Precision and grace.
To get the kill and also deny the card draw, I think this is worth it. Really, they had nothing.
As I expected.
I honestly thought we were done that game, but I guess they just didn't have anything. My hope was like that our riposte would get us through, but I figured, you know, they showed us so many deal ones that I thought that we would see another one. Trundle with Ionia. Okay. Looking for an aggressive start here. Alright, maybe we can see Draven plus Confront do some cool stuff. Yeah, we'll go Fleet Feather Tracker into House Spider Swing. Hope to deal a bunch of damage. Ooh, that's pretty good. What could they have on turn 2 that we want, that we'd rather play this? It's the same amount of damage anyway, so I think it's safer to do this. Like, we're adding 3 points of power to the table either way.
Still see far.
Yeah, so we're... Now we're gonna definitely drop Draven and just open attacks the following turn. Ooh, okay. Now we're gonna wait for them to attack. And if they want to pass, I'm fine with that.
The party has arrived.
Rye Guy 511, thanks a lot for the follow. Appreciate you stopping by and checking the stream out and giving me your support. Hope you're having a good day wherever you're at in the world. So, depending on how much...
You can see the Damascus
Yeah,
border
so
from here.
we could try to be cheeky here and do something like... We could do Confront on the Draven, hook the Rhyme Wolf, but if we do that, we run the risk of getting Frostbitten or Brittle Steeled, same difference, and then we just lose... We just get 2 for 1, pretty much. I could, I suppose, do it on the Avaros and Sentry, so if that happens, we're at least not gonna lose our Draven. We also have a Spinning Axe to pump him up to 1, if that's the case. Like if we have to. Let's try it. I'm assuming this is gonna get Frostbitten, but at least we're getting him to use it on this instead of then losing the Draven as well. Okay, cool.
Light the signal fires.
Now the question is, how aggressively do we protect our Draven here? Okay, so now I'm going to single combat here. And if he has another Frostbite, we can then pump it up with Sharp Sight to trade. Well, that doesn't quite work, does it? Oh, I guess it does if I go like this. And
Now
this.
we're cooking.
Probably just opening attacks next turn. We could play the dragon first, but I don't think that's wise. I think we just want to get our guaranteed. Yeah. Opponents had enough.
Me. And maybe those other guys. Whatever.
Paladino Atesia. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it sounds like a really cool username. Shyvana, huh? So they could have some stuff for us to eat with Fiora. It could be tricky. Perfect draw. I think I want to just swing here rather than Because they're probably going to play like the 1/3, like the dragon egg whatever dude. Egghead Researcher, that's the name of the card. So just get the 2 damage in while we can.
We wear red to honor the fallen.
Do I want to just bank the spell mana for this Sharp Sight? Yeah, I think so. I was gonna say, I think I want to play the 2/4 because it can block this. He'll probably, if we do that, he'll probably challenge. But now I kind of want to play either one of these 3 drops and then power it up with the Blade Keeper later. Yeah, I'm just gonna let this happen. I don't think it's worth the Sharp Sight here. So now, what do we want to do? Do we want to try to go with a Fiora, or do we want to just beat down with Draven? Considering what they have. I think I kind of like the Draven play more. They have no plays. Okay.
Strength and grace, beauty in the blade.
Really wish he had a line that was something like, I prefer axes or something.
With a little time, I'll have a breakthrough.
Let's boogie.
Probably gonna see him throw this away as a gain 5. Really would like to see a Whirling Death. Now that our Draven's pumped up. This is actually kind of a nice draw because this game might go long, and then this will let us... This will probably do well to close it
Fire
out.
and fury burn in me.
I think we want to try to Concerted Strike here. Just like, get her gone. That's not a card I was expecting. So now, do I... Well... Okay, he doesn't want to throw away... He doesn't want to trade Draven for Fiora. Fair enough. It's another Concerted Strike. Do they have another Bastion, I wonder?
Watch and learn. Now we're cooking.
I'm gonna do this proactively because if we end up using this Concerted Strike,
I smell fear.
we can level up Draven. Which needs to die here? It's probably the Shyvana. I don't think the cards the things generates are going to be very relevant
You hoping
necessarily
they'll
this
die
game.
of boredom?
And we can technically block the dragon with our Draven. Probably won't. Ooh, if he doesn't open attacks, I will. Because now we can have Riposte up thanks to this. I guess I can Fiora riposte here. There's no reason not to.
Such unrefined style.
Counter and strike.
Like they have nothing up, so we don't have to worry about anything. And then next turn we can just attack for lethal.
Try me.
Sweet.
Damn, I'm good.
We do a couple more games with this before moving on to our next one for the day. Another Shyvana deck. Alright, let's see if we can get another victory. The Laurent Bladekeeper on like an early drop was really good. I think I kind of want to keep him in hand. We have a lot of threes that like we can put on, we can curve out into with this guy, so I think it's worth keeping him in hand. They play a burb of their own. I think I'm swinging. I'm fine trading off birds. Now that, because we're attacking on odds.
Come hither, you beasts of glory.
Okay, now I want to play Fiora, I think.
Save your worlds. We speak with blades.
Let's see if they have a Shyvana or maybe White Flame Protector to get value off of this before we get rid of it. If they do, we can take out both things potentially. Because I can use this Sharp Sight to power up Fiora.
I never tried you.
I think this is worth trying. They could have another one, but it's fine. We have another Fiora, so.
As foretold.
That's interesting.
Never again will we fall to Dragonfire.
Am I supposed to just hold up Riposte? I kind of want a Laurent Bladekeeper. We get punished if he has... Well, I feel like if they had another Pale Cascade, they would have used it. But they could have had this guy in hand the whole time in top deck, I suppose. So do I want to hold up Riposte?
The finest blades for my lady.
I need only one to win.
Let's see. Oh, I'll go ahead and take this guy out. Again, like now if they use a Pale Cascade, once again, they're not going to get value off of it unless they play something else first. That's interesting. It's a really expensive use of that. I just barrier now, right? Or do I strike do a strike of my own just to keep her health total high? What could he have that punishes this? Not much.
I long for a
I'm basically trading a strike for their strike. Or I could riposte and then take 3 anyway. And I think I want to save the riposte for something else. There's also this, but then she goes down to 1 HP. I think I want to save this for another thing. I think trading a
Wear red to honor the fallen.
trading our 2 mana spell for their 5 mana one, and then still saving our challenger unit will be worthwhile in the end, even if she ends up not, you know, leveling up and winning the game with her win con. We're just like running them out of resources slowly but surely here. How do I want to play this then? Kind of want to save the barrier to challenge this. He'll probably go for here, then we can do this. Save this concerted strike for another time. Let's see what he does. I'm assuming he's gonna attempt to use
for battle.
Fiora here. Swing with the 5/5. We'll just take the hit.
Counter and strike.
Too easy.
I could.
Got your back.
We still holding up concerted strike with this play, which is really, really good. 1, 2, 3. There could have been an argument for just fucking going wide, but nah, I don't think that's right. I think we definitely want to try to get the win here with Fiora.
Let them eat souls.
On guard.
Do I want to swing with a bunch of other stuff? Probably not. That was an excellent draw. So we win, right? Like, they could have a single combat, I suppose, but then we just barrier whatever they're single combating.
Counter and strike.
Sweet win.
They will no match.
I think there's no better place to end on for that one. We've been playing this deck for exactly an hour. Well, minus the preamble I had at the beginning, but I think that's good. Open this chest. Look at that, we got the two duelers over here. Nice, all new cards. Yeah, I'm glad we got to show off a little bit what this deck is about in that set. Reasonable, you know, aggressive, well, reasonable mid-range deck that has like a decent beatdown plan while also having this alternate win condition that we can get to fairly consistently with our slew of combat tricks and other ways to get Fiora to strike opponents and kill them. I don't know if that we used Whirling Death at all that game with Fiora, that set with Fiora. I'm pretty sure we didn't, but I mean, you saw how fairly easily we were able to navigate around like the damage that our opponents could cause with our other effects, and getting to do that in addition with like Whirling Death is like very, very potent. Like imagine there were times when we barriered Fiora with, say, a Bright Steel Protector, went to challenge a unit we would kill, and had Whirling Death held up, right? We strike something, kill it, then kill the thing that she's challenging in the same combat phase can be very, very potent. Whereas something like single combat in other decks can't afford to do that, because the single combat means you pop the barrier that you're using, because both enemies strike each other. So anyway, yeah. It's just a neat, different way to play Fiora, and again, it was come about by I just wanted to try kind of these two cards together with her, and yeah, it's just a fun, different deck to try. So with that, we'll end that there, and we'll move on to the next.